opens in the year 1250 BC. Almost 12 months have gone by since Jason, the young king of Thessaly, left his kingdom, his wife Creusa, and their son Itis under the protection of his cousin Adrastus until the day he should return. With an intrepid band of followers, Jason embarked on the great ship Argo, bound for Colchis at the end of the world, in a last, desperate attempt to save his people from disaster. Zeus, the father of the gods, has condemned them in his rage to be overwhelmed by fiery volcanoes unless Jason and his men can bring back the sacred Golden Fleece to their homeland from which it had been stolen. The Golden Fleece was a gift to Thessaly from the all-powerful father of the gods, the symbol of his divine favor and protection.
Thessaly, complaining in your despair will not improve the general situation.
We
Why don't you pray to the gods instead? They will listen to your entreaties. Jason is sure to return with the Golden Fleece, and the fury of the volcanoes will be pacified forever.
Jason is dead! Zeus has cursed us! He wants us all to die!
There's no use praying, no!
I, Adrastus, humbly implore your mercy, O mighty Zeus, Lord of Olympus, ruler of earthlings and immortals. Hear us in the hour of our misfortune.
There's no use fooling ourselves, my friends. Jason will never return with the Golden Fleece. The doom of Thessaly is already sealed, it must be seen plainly, and without false hopes that sooner or later our city will be completely overwhelmed by the volcanoes.
What's your view of his prediction, Antinous?
Even if he is mistaken, Iolcus will surely be deserted and abandoned. The entire city is on the brink of starvation, and our plantations are burning up like tinder, while lava engulfs and overflows our wells, and what is worse, the country folk are crowding into the city, the only place that has escaped the wrath of the gods.
Are you able to propose any realistic measure to save us, Iolcus?
I'll tell you what to do. Let us leave Thessaly while we can. Those of us who can afford to. We can buy new homes in another country.
I thought you'd say that. Just what I expected. Either all the people of Iolcus are saved, or none at all.
Then why don't you say, let all of us die together?
Arguments like these are making us traitors to our king, and to those with him who are risking their lives for all of us. Why do you give him up for lost, even though he left us almost a year ago? What evidence do we have that he never reached Colchis at all, or that he's not returning to us right now with the Golden Fleece?
I have suffered and pondered over the same anxieties, even more so. But still I feel there is hope for his return. From the day Jason headed for the open sea and the lands beyond, let me say my confidence has never wavered an instant. Perhaps because he never failed to show his confidence in me, or perhaps through a sense of gratitude I have, because he was willing to go and try where everyone else has met with failure, to save his people who are daily threatened with destruction.
Well, you know, perhaps the king is right concerning this matter. I sincerely think so.
I wouldn't have too much
confidence to address this claim. This is a dangerous thing.
You shouldn't worry about them, Creusa. Whatever they say, the members of the council are of no importance. They are only weathercocks, blown to and fro by every shifting wind. They don't have the power of their convictions.
They're false traitors. I remember their farewell promises to Jason. They swore that during his absence they would never doubt his return. But why look at me that way? It strikes me with terror. Are you too perhaps beginning to give up hope, Adrastus? Tell me that it isn't true. Tell me it's not.
No, Creusa. I'm not giving up hope. I am looking forward, as you are, to the acclaim of the populace when they hail the safe return of our king, I assure you, cousin. You shall have him back soon. The essential thing right now is that no one have the least doubt either in me or in you. In spite of everything, the people of Iolcus are still firm in their belief that the king will be successful in his mission. At this stage, therefore, a single false step would still mean the collapse of all our plans, and we would all end up being torn to pieces. Only when the whole city has abandoned hope at last and forgotten the quest of the Golden Fleece, then I can persuade even Creusa. With the farms in the countryside burning around us, it will be easy to convince the queen to emigrate for the good of her son. With the treasure stored in this house, and with the crown of Creusa, any land we wish to rule will be ours by conquest.
What makes you think Creusa will go with you?
My common sense. I'll make her glad to. What good are the gems in the treasury of Thessaly when it is she I desire most of all? Her loveliness is ablaze in me like an open furnace.
Yet your plan has a flaw, Drastus. What if Jason should return with the Golden Fleece?
Don't worry, he won't.
stronger than before.
Safely through this storm. Give me a hand over here.
All we have to do now is replace the sail we lost. I don't think that'll be too difficult. As for the planking, look at it. No harm done.
Don't let yourself be fooled by appearances, Jason.
Move those
The
cables.
ship's in a much worse condition than you think. Another tempest like that and she'll sink to the bottom. The construction wouldn't be able to hold together. I'll try to reinforce it with extra braces. The mast and rigging need more repair. I'll plug the worst leaks as best I can. But let's not fool ourselves. It's pretty bad.
You'll have to do the impossible, Argus. Remember that the fate of our homeland and of our people is in your hands.
Even if the ship holds together, we're completely out of food and water. And the men will die slowly but surely from hunger and thirst. Our only hope now is that the currents will bring us within sight of land while there's still time, before it's too late to matter.
I guess you don't put much faith in that hope, do you? But I'm sure that our luck will hold out. Listen, men! I know it's been a long time since we sailed from Iolcus. We've been faced with danger at every turn. We've been in more than one situation that seemed hopeless. But whatever it was, it has never kept us from sailing on. And we will this time, but only if we refuse to be discouraged or to be frightened. Why did we leave for Colchis? Because the oracle said the volcanoes will lay waste our land just as long as the Golden Fleece stays on foreign soil. And I swear to you that I'll return with it if I have to paddle the ship with my own hands. As for now, force yourselves to go on if you want to live. For the time being, we will row and we'll live on fish. I'm sure the currents will bring us to land soon. For drinking water, we can catch rain in a sail, and if it doesn't rain, dew will fall at night. That's all I have to say.
The fates have turned against us.
We'll never make it.
Come on, save your breath for rowing.
No use. Day after day we cast our nets without any luck.
We'll try again. Don't give up.
The God of the sea has condemned us all to die. But why kill us like this, bit by bit?
And no rain for days. How long can we go on without a drop of water? My legs are as stiff as boards.
Help us! God of Olympus, help us! What's happened to our families in Iolcus?
I'm telling you, Orpheus, a haze like that means there's land.
I think so, too. A land where maybe we can take aboard fresh water and food supplies.
Turn back! Turn back! We can't go on. We'd better head the ship straight for Iolcus.
Hold your tongue, you, and that's an order. Who's in command, you or Jason?
How do you feel?
As if I were on fire inside. I'll die soon without water.
And you, Telemon?
I don't believe I have the strength to hold out much longer. What a miserable way to die this is, dragged out to the bitter end. I'd rather die in combat on a battlefield as befits a reigning king.
Look at those clouds coming. Perhaps it'll rain.
Empty words. We hear nothing except empty words. We were foolish enough to believe in you while you brought us here, but not now. You're the one responsible for talking us all into this madness. All right. Now you're going to take us back. Don't ask me how. That's for you to decide. But turn the ship around fast, or I'll kill you myself.
Stand back! Now, all of you, listen to me. We're near land. I know it because I can feel it.
Jason, it's no use. You can't convince us. Don't you realize you're talking like a raving lunatic?
Aren't you forgetting that I'm your king?
All right, then, I'm rebelling against you. But we want to return to Iolcus. Since there's no way to escape now, we want to face death with our wives and with our children.
Don't talk like a fool.
Jason, give Argus the order to turn the ship about and set sail westward.
Not me.
But Jason, don't you see you're making me kill you by not turning back?
You'd better put your sword away.
I'll punt my sword away after I kill you.
I'm not going to raise my sword against you. I'm waiting. Come on, kill me if you're able.
I don't want to, Jason. I'm too ashamed to kill you. From now on, I'll never be able to look you in the face again, my king. Never again.
Every man loses his head occasionally. Let's forget it.
It's raining! It's raining! It's raining!
This wreckage that the currents have driven ashore doesn't leave us any room for doubt. It's certainly all that is left of the Argo.
And this is evidence that the mighty god of the sea, Poseidon, never forgives trespassers who dare to penetrate the forbidden reaches of his dominions.
The people refuse to accept this evidence, and it seems with good reason. They have all gathered round Argus's father and have elected him to come before you to plead for them as their sole representative.
Where is the old man now?
He's on his way here to try to convince you.
Whoever can produce favorable evidence will be most welcome. I know that you, Abantes, come here to speak for the people of Iolcus. I, Adrastus, will consider what you have to say.
My eyes are blinded and unable to see these alleged remains, no more than they could see the ship when it was new and outfitted by my son for this voyage. However, I tell you, they must not be considered as proof that they have perished, the ship and Jason and all his companions. Every other day, let my words remind you, the breakers cast wreckage out of the sea all along the coast of Thessaly.
That is true, but only in the Argo did your son use such heavy timbers as these.
I'm truly amazed at you. And I'm filled with distress. Your resignation is worse than the willingness with which you presume that my cousin Jason is dead. It's simply beyond my power of understanding. Argus's father is absolutely right. This piece of driftwood proves nothing. We'd commit a sin against ourselves, against the whole of Thessaly, against the divine will of Zeus, who inspired our king to sail for unknown shores, if we are persuaded that he has met with failure in his quest for the Golden Fleece. This council meeting is over.
Tell me the truth now. Do you really think that those pieces were part of the ship Jason was on?
No, Creusa. Every word I said in the council meeting is exactly what I believe to be true. I agree without a shadow of doubt with what Argus' father said, and whatever the others do, you can rely on me.
Thank you, cousin.
Father of Argus prattles too much at the first opportunity you have.
Do you think there is such a place as Colchis?
Well, I'm beginning to have my doubts.
I'll never lose hope, no matter how many troubles we have.
Well, I didn't suspect you were so hard to convince.
Now you know. I hope we don't have to wander in the open sea for the rest of our lives.
So long as we eat.
Argus! Jason!
What's wrong?
The helm won't move. It's stuck fast.
Let's try all together.
The ship is being driven by a strong current.
There's land! Land! Look over there!
We're headed straight for the rock!
Mind the helm!
We'll be dashed to pieces! Stand back! Stand back! Out of the way, I say! Raise the oars! Stop toting! Out of the way!
Back the oars!
Row back! Row back! There's no cause for alarm, friends. Keep calm now. We're beyond the current. We're out of danger.
Look! Women! Women swimming out to meet us.
Let's hope they're pretty.
Pretty? They're beautiful.
This must be Olympus, the home of the gods. Land, finally. I can't believe my eyes.
The stars are really among the most beautiful things the gods have bestowed upon men. They remind us that true love is eternal.
You think so?
You don't believe what I say.
I didn't say that, but I don't think you would convince our comrades. They left us here all alone on the ship to keep watch, while they went off in search of other pleasures.
Where are your men?
There are no men here. Several years ago, our husbands sailed away to fight a war in a distant island. We never saw them again. And our sons died a few months later of some mysterious disease. It was as if someone had laid a curse on them. Since then, we have been waiting, alone. And you are the first men to come here in all that time.
And our arrival must have awakened bitter memories.
Why, no. You have awakened us from silence and from solitude. You have reminded us of the joy of living. It's years since there was laughter on this island, or since anyone sang. Rejoicing and love seemed to have been lost forever.
Will begin to worry. I'd better go now.
I think your men are well occupied at the moment. Stay till tomorrow. Here.
The whole ship was falling to pieces. The mast went over the side. Water was rushing in everywhere. And I, with just my bare hands, managed to save all my companions. And here I am.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
My name is Laertes, and I come from Ithaca. Oh, you wouldn't know it. It's a faraway island, famous for its beautiful women. Though not one can compare with you.
I don't believe you.
You doubt my word?
Yes, but it doesn't matter.
Your eyes are pretty. They're the color of the sky.
Hey, what's wrong with the sheep around here? What do you say? Why don't we kill one of them and take it back on board with us?
They're not ours for the taking.
Well, why do we work all the time like a pair of donkeys while the others are playing with the girls?
Oh, stop complaining. Start looking for wood.
So I'm tired of looking for wood all day long.
There's a tree that'll do.
Michael! Argus! Argus! Help! Save us! It's your comrade! Argus!
Hey, it's the sheep talking.
Wait, listen to us. Don't leave us here.
Sounds familiar. He reminds me of someone.
Why, that's the voice of Laertes.
Yes,
Have
it
pity
is.
on
It
us.
is the voice of
Have
Laertes.
pity. Help us, friend. It's the voice of Laertes.
He must be a magician.
I am Laertes. Argus, listen. Alcaeus, Dionysus, Claudius, and all the others are with me, too. This island is full of witches.
Did he say witches?
Yes. The women on this island are all evil witches. They turned us into sheep. They turned the men who fell into their clutches before us into rocks and trees. Jason alone can save us. No one else. If it's not too late, warn him. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Let's go.
And that's the reason. That's why we've sailed away from home. If I fail to appease the anger of Zeus, my people will be destroyed. And among them my wife and my son.
I am sorry. Neither of us has very much reason to be grateful to the fates. They have given us youth and health and beauty. But these gifts must be shared with others to be enjoyed. We are both like trees which produce a marvelous fruit that no one is allowed to gather. We are barely allowed a fleeting moment of happiness. Then you will sail away with your men, and we will be left in silence again. Our nights will be unendurable without love.
You mustn't give way to despair like this. Your men will return to you. You must have faith.
No, no. We are all condemned for eternity.
Father of witchcraft, almighty Apollo, grant that I may be made once again as beautiful as I was, even if only for a moment. Only for a moment. That's all I ask of you.
Only magic can break these bonds.
But can you tell me what powerful sorcery is concealed in this island?
The sorcery you ask me about has only one name. Its name is Gaia.
Why, that's the name of the queen.
Yes, no one but she, Gaia, the terrifying daughter of the great sun god. She is my sister, a monster whose appearance is as frightening as the terrible things she does.
Explain what you mean, I beg you. I don't understand you.
This creature you think is the most beautiful woman in existence was born and grew up disfigured and horrible to see. Naturally, all men fled at the sight of her, but they sought me. Maddened by her jealousy, at last she chained me in this lonely cavern and asked and was granted a favor by Apollo. Her hideous appearance, like that of the witches who are her companions, was turned into dazzling beauty so that no man thereafter could resist them. But she also wanted to have her revenge. Whoever the victim is who yields to her embraces or to the allure of her companions will be either transformed into rocks or living trees or animals. Apollo gave her her wish, but only on one condition. Her loveliness would be resplendent only in daylight until the sun sets. And so it will be until that day when fate brings a certain man to this island, Jason, the king of Thessaly. If she should once succeed in seducing him, her beauty will become eternal, immortal. If not, her magic powers will end.
But tell me why she didn't have you put to death.
Because if she ever dares to kill me, our divine father Apollo will be sure to punish her by condemning her forever to be as hideous as she was at birth. But you must flee. Flee before Gaia's treachery destroys you. No man has ever been known to resist her.
I know you're an enchantress, Gaia. I'm not afraid of your witchcraft. Where is it? Where is it? Your magic power is finished forever.
No! 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 Oh. You think you've won, don't you, Jason? But you're wrong again. I still hold you firmly within my power. Rivers of blood will flow in the streets of Iolcus. Others instead of you will occupy your throne. Others will take your wife and kill your son. I lay my curse on you. You and all your kindred. My curse is on you.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. They killed Augustus' father. It was Atlassus' soldiers. Atlassus has usurped the throne. Jason's son is our rightful king.
Thank for this great honor, Creusa.
You miserable wretch. Wasn't it enough for you to usurp a throne with your treachery? Why do you also want to kill innocent people?
I had good reason to proclaim myself king of Thessaly today. It's my only hope of saving the crown for you and for your son, not for me and my protection. The fact is, even when all Thessaly has been transformed into a desert of dry cinders, you and your son will still have a kingdom of your own, the one that I conquer and subdue for you, not like the one here, in another kind of land, thanks to my genius, and to my force of character, and to the gold in the vaults of this palace. But to bring this to reality, and to make sure that at my death there be no one to challenge your rights, I require that you, for your welfare, have due respect for my decisions, however distasteful they are.
What decisions?
At the proper moment, I shall reveal to you my plans for our future, and I hope to find you reasonable and cooperative. It would be unpleasant if I had to use force.
Is enough to make your stomach turn over.
You know, you ought to offer Poseidon thanks for his blessing. Otherwise, that fish would be eating you.
This ship was filled with food and water when we put out to sea from that witch's island. And now we're back to putrid fish again.
I don't know what I wouldn't give if I could only see my little son once again. I'll bet you that he can handle a bow better than I can now.
Be still, Laertes. It doesn't help to talk about it.
I shall let you lead Eurydice back to life. But there is one more thing. As she is going out of the underworld, you are not to turn around and look at her. I promised not to. But the moment I was outside the entrance and saw daylight, praying that she was behind me, I turned around to look at her. Then I heard a distant rumble of thunder. And my beautiful Eurydice went back into the underworld forever, to dwell among the dead.
What is real love, Orpheus?
It's a joy and a sorrow. It's final and eternal.
Do you mind if I ask why you're studying the bottom of the sea? What do you expect to find down there?
You're wrong, Peleus. I wasn't looking for anything. I was thinking that after what we've been through, it's a miracle that we're still afloat.
Peleus! What is it? Look, there is land over there on the horizon. Land over there! Look! Land! See it? Yes! Yes! And the city! Safe! I'll take 10 men to collect supplies. The rest of you stay aboard and guard the ship.
Very well. Look there. It's almost like yolk.
All sail! Ship your oars!
What do you suppose could be happening in this city?
I hope it doesn't mean we'll be attacked. Surely they saw us coming in.
Jason, look at that.
The city is almost deserted.
Please let me go, I beg of you. Don't keep me from leaving. I have to put out to sea before night.
Why are you fleeing? Where are the people going?
Far away from here, this is a day of sorrow. Death is already circling about our heads, ready to fall upon us. And if you want some good advice, go back by whatever way that brought you here, and run for your lives. Run for your lives before it's too late.
Are you the king?
I am. And who are you?
I'm Jason, king of Thessaly. I've just put into port and come ashore in search of supplies for my shipmates. But I find you and your people running away, as though you were pursued by some horrible disaster. I would like to offer you my assistance. Tell me what I can do for you.
First, I wish to tell you, for your own security, that once a year, when the moon is full at midsummer, a frightful monster that lives deep in the caverns of Siaria comes out to hunt for victims. Before he returns, he spreads death and destruction among the unhappy inhabitants of this fair island. And therefore I too, and my daughter and my counselors here, are running away to find a place of refuge.
But why couldn't you kill the monster?
Many young men of this island have tried in vain to do so, and one was my son. But every one of them was destroyed. The strongest men are helpless against the brute. So every year we must suffer again and mourn our dead.
My comrades and I will overpower the monster and kill it.
I'm afraid not, King Jason. You will be killed like all the others were, and your comrades as well.
This time you needn't worry. Our ship was brought here by Zeus, and he will protect us.
Well, King Jason, I wish I could fight at your side, but at my age it's not possible. May the gods protect you.
the face that you've seen only for a few moments, to be reflected deep in your heart. And from then on, no other face you've known is more dear to you. I wonder why just one voice, your voice and yours alone, makes me tremble, and I hear your words like music.
It's Aphrodite, the goddess of love, who wields this power. I love you, Atalanta.
And I you. It's more than I can bear. And now I know that I've always been in love with you, even before I met you. You were sent to me. You won't leave me now, will you, Eurystheus?
Don't ask me that, I beg of you. I'm too weak to resist you.
I wish you were, Eurystheus. I wish I could persuade you. I'm certain that you would find living on this island beautiful now. We can live without fear of the monster in the mountain. And it was you who saved us, you and Jason. There will be no more sorrow here. Oh, stay with me, Eurystheus. Please stay. If you leave me tomorrow and go with the others, for me it will be worse than dying.
If only I could stay with you, but I can't. I mustn't. I am destined to sail with my companions. And you know why. We have to continue our voyage. But I'll come back. If the gods grant their protection, I'll come back. And it will be forever.
No, you won't. You can't come back even if you want to. Your country is too far.
Believe me, I promise you.
I know you don't mean it. I don't want any false illusions, waiting, hoping in vain. I love you, and I love no one but you for the rest of my life.
Thinking about, Jason?
What do you expect me to think about? Creusa, Itis, my little son, and my people.
Thinking of them isn't going to cure your homesickness for them. I know too well. It only makes it harder to bear.
Forget it. Forget it. It's impossible to ignore your feelings.
You must try to suppress them.
Leocritus.
What is it, Laertes?
Go below and fetch us some of that good wine.
Right away.
Hey, not that wine in the big jars. Look in the hold on the starboard side by the bow.
I see that you've brought along a supply of your own.
I wanted it for those times when my mind is full of longing and bitter memories. The way yours is at the moment.
You surprise me. A family man like you, consoling himself with wine.
Well, I admit a pretty girl would be better. But since there aren't any, what can I do?
Atalanta. Who put you in here? You can trust me. Afraid? Of what? I won't hurt you. You're too beautiful. Atalanta. Atalanta. Don't run away from me. I want to talk to you. If I tell Jason you're a stowaway...
Take it. Promise you won't say a word to anyone.
It's not much. And I don't want to deprive you of your pretty bracelet.
Go away. You frighten me.
Don't be silly. Why should I frighten you? You don't mean it, Atalanta. You're so beautiful.
Leocritus, Laertes is waiting for that wine.
Atalanta!
By smuggling this woman aboard ship, you've broken our laws.
It was no fault of his, my lord. I stowed away on board. Eurystheus didn't know I was here until the ship was far away from the island.
What's your defense, Eurystheus?
My noble lord and king, what Atalanta says has nothing to do with the truth. I forced her to come on the ship with me, against her own will. If one of us is to suffer, it's only fair that I should.
No, that's not true. Don't believe him. Eurystheus, don't lie to them, please. Tell the truth, otherwise they're going to kill you without mercy.
They won't harm me.
You're lying. They're going to kill you. Oh, I beg you. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, please.
I believe what you say, Atalanta. But as soon as he discovered your presence here with us, Eurystheus should have informed me, whereas his silence makes him equally guilty of insubordination. This crime carries the maximum penalty of death. The same is true for the crime of Leocritus. I would like to hear your opinion.
Let Atalanta be put adrift on a raft, and let both Eurystheus and Leocritus be put to death.
Let me suffer, but show him your mercy. Justice will be done all the more. If it will save Eurystheus, then take my life.
Eurystheus, speak before the verdict is delivered.
I have nothing more to say, except that Atalanta is innocent.
What penalty do the rest of you consider just?
The death penalty.
Also for the girl.
I'm for it.
Me too.
I say death.
Death.
Yes, death.
Death.
Death. Death.
Death.
Death.
Death. Then it is your decision that they must die. Admetus and Dionysus carry out the sentence.
Wait a moment, Jason.
Orpheus.
Eurystheus and Atalanta have done wrong, it is quite true. But let us consider why. Because they discovered love for the first time, they were unable to resist the power of this feeling they experienced and which governs our very existence. So if there is a criminal here, then it must be love. But who of you would dare to condemn love? It would be the same as condemning life itself. Eurystheus, Atalanta, whatever the judgment of these men here may have been, continue to have faith in the power of love. You will be in the right and they will be in the wrong. You in light, they in darkness. Don't be too hasty. I, Orpheus, born a prince of Sparta, ask that you show them mercy.
All right, as long as you let the girl be cast adrift on a raft. If she stays here on the ship, there'll be quarreling and fighting over her.
Argus, you haven't said a word.
If we were to put the girl on a raft, we'd be saving her life for the time being, but by leaving her to drift alone in the open sea, we're condemning her to a death worse than a criminal.
I say Argus is right. That's true. No, no, put them to death. Put them to death. Death to both of them.
Argus, you will put them on the raft with weapons and enough food and water to last 2 persons a fortnight. As for Leocritus, give him 100 lashes. I came to the health of Augustus.
Charming. You will forgive me if I must leave you, my friend, but affairs of state are too urgent to be neglected.
To your affairs of state, Adrastus. Or to Creusa, to be more precise about it.
Itis! Here I am, darling. Itis! Itis! Olivia! Olivia!
The sight of me, cousin. Evidently you find my company most unwelcome.
I want my son, I implore you. I want my son, you monster!
I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to have him.
How can you do a thing like this to him, Adrastus? I want him returned to me at once.
Whenever your eyes are flashing with rage, you are even more beautiful. I had seen you grow up from an awkward child, and day by day, as you blossomed like some magnificent flower, my desire for you had become overpowering. Before I realized it, before I even thought of it, my cousin had won your love forever. But now you must come. You can't escape me. I love you with all my heart, and I've respected you. Had I wanted to, I could have forced you.
No, let me go. Let me go.
I might have had you easily before now, but I'll wait a little longer. You're well worth waiting for. I want you to become my wife, uncomplaining and of your own free will, but I warn you, if you disappoint me much longer, your son will be sacrificed on the altar of the gods.
No! Kill me first! Make me the sacrifice!
I advise you to think it over carefully. You can't escape me.
afraid the ship was going down, Jason?
No, I trust your ship better than that, Argus.
Well, it's a wonder to me she's still afloat. Look over there. Do you see that light up there? It's a mountain shining as bright as gold. Why, it's enough to blind you. As bright as the sun.
It's a real miracle.
It's a mirage. Only the Golden Fleece could give out such a splendid light. It's enough to blind you.
As bright as the sun. The Golden Fleece.
No, it's a mirage.
Listen, my friend. All your efforts and your great courage have finally been rewarded. The land we see ahead of us is Colchis, and the light blinding our eyes is from the Golden Fleece. We must now do exactly as the oracle commanded. I will go ashore alone. Orpheus, Prince of Sparta, will take command on board. You will obey his orders without question. Orpheus, if I don't return within 2 days, leave me and return to Thessaly.
Jason, we won't let you face it alone. We've always shared your adventures. You don't know what kind of danger you may meet in an unknown land. Suppose you run into difficulties, like monsters, who men want to kill you, what then? After all, you are king. What would we do without you?
Forgive me, Jason, but Alceus has a point there. If there are dangers ahead of you, we must face them together.
It's just not right for you to risk your life all alone.
Yes, he's right. I'm grateful to all of you, but this is one time I can't accept your offer to help me. The oracle was clear. I must go alone. Jason, king of Thessaly, with only his bare hands, and without aid, will have to steal the Golden Fleece from Colchis. Head for the coast. is no more fire. The gods of Olympus have heard our prayers. Jason has won. He has the Golden Fleece. We're saved. Saved. Death to Adrastus. Adrastus will answer to us. Long live our king.
They're all for him. They don't know that Jason will never set foot again in Iolcus. If the gods of Olympus aren't powerful enough to sink that ship, we'll have to destroy it ourselves.
What more can we do now, Adrastus? The city is up in arms and shouting for our heads.
We'll arrest some hostages and put them in prison. At the first sign of a revolt, burn them at the stake.
But the soldiers would obey us now. They'd help the rebellion.
Pay them off. They're soldiers, aren't they? They'll do what you say. Enough gold will buy anything.
And the queen?
I've already taken good care of the queen. Now get this thought into your thick heads. One false step and I'll kill you like dogs. What are you waiting for? Get out of here! And you, what do you want?
I've had news, Adrastus. Jason may have already landed.
How do you know this?
I have learned that one of the men who sailed with Jason on the voyage, Eurystheus, the son of Teletes, was seen in the city this morning.
I want him brought to me at once, alive or dead.
That's what I thought, Adrastus. He's disappeared from the city.
Disappeared? You dared to let him escape?
I would like to ask you a favor. If anything should happen to me, take care of Atalanta. She has no one else. Depend on us.
Be sure to take care of yourself, though. I'll watch out. Don't look so sad. The worst of our troubles are over. Don't worry, we'll be all right this time.
I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. Are you sure there's no other way? No other means of informing Jason? The Siren's Rock is so far. Eurystheus, how can you swim all that way?
Run! The soldiers are coming!
Onions. Munching them like apples.
Ah, at home we say onions taste like apples if you're hungry, and they make your hair curly, too.
The Siren's Rock, I see. Someone's lit a fire on it.
That fire must be a warning signal. Head for the Siren's Rock.
The approaches are under guard. The dungeon's full. Creosa's on the point of giving in to Adrastus. But only to save your son's life. There's only one possibility. If you can manage to get ashore without Adrastus or any of his soldiers setting eyes on you. Otherwise, it's the end of all of us. We must do it quickly, while there's still time to save the Queen.
We can reach the coast by swimming underwater.
But I can't swim even on top of the water. They'd be able to see us anyway.
Only if we take Adrastus by surprise do we have a chance of defeating him. It's very simple. Tomorrow before the sun sets, we'll bring the ship into port. Under full sail.
But that's nothing short of madness.
What looks like madness is often the best solution. You know, they suppose we haven't the least suspicion of what's happened. All hands to the mainsail. Argus,
get a move on.
head the ship straight for Iolcus.
We're heading for shore.
Adrastus, for what reason do you appear before the altar of all-powerful Zeus?
To perform the rites of marriage with this woman whose name is Creusa.
King Adrastus, we have just sighted Jason's ship. It's heading for Iolcus.
Bodyguard and run to the harbor. Jason and his men must not leave that ship alive.
Let me go! Let me go!
And you, get on with it. I assure you nothing can stop the ceremony. Go on. Go on, I said.
But your funeral!
Why do you grieve? Noblest of kings, I've finally found the one whom I've sought for so long. Listen. I hear her voice. I hear the voice of Eurydice. She is calling to me. She is coming now to take me away with her. There she is. Farewell. Farewell, my friends. And to my wanderings from one end of the world to the other.